Welcome back to my channel, Ever Evolving Emily, where we discuss the ability to change, evolve, and manifest. I want to dive right into law of assumption. Law of assumption. Law of assumption is a powerful principle that states what you believe about yourself and the world will shape your reality. Let me say it again. What you believe about yourself and what you believe about the world will shape your reality. And what you believe will basically become true. Whatever I assume to be true for me is true in my reality, right? So whatever I assume, whatever I believe more often than not. So when we're changing our beliefs, changing what we think, changing how we feel, I feel like for myself, and I'm always coming from my personal experience on my channel, always coming from my personal experience, what I've learned, all this good stuff. I've learned so much. I basically unplugged my TV this year and I just dove, I had this deep desire on my heart wanting to know why. Why? Like, why for so many things? Like, I was really not just noticing patterns within relationships, but I was noticing patterns within myself, patterns within my life, of things being hot and cold. For instance, like, why did I have X amount of dollars in my bank account and then it fluctuated sincerely, severely? And I am the type of person that's not necessarily going to always blame like what's going on around us, right? I like to take ownership and to take accountability and to really reflect upon myself to say, oh, this is why, maybe I didn't have a good belief system. Maybe I wasn't believing in myself. Maybe I was like living from a place of lack. I don't have enough. When you constantly live in a place of lack, I don't have enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, ick, yuck, gross, not good. When you are living from that, it's very difficult to create the life that you want and desire. And then sometimes I would be like really, I'd be so heavily consumed with like, gosh, I just want to be here. This is where I want. So I had all these dreams. I have all these dreams, all these desires on my heart. But I didn't know how to like jump into that, Emily. So basically, I've learned a lot, especially within the last 6 months to a year. That being said, why do I love the law of assumption? I actually love law of assumption so much because for me, it just cut through a lot of red tape. So instead of like, you know, continuing to dwell on worries, doubts, and fears, I have all these tools in my toolbox now. So like when worries, doubts, or fears pop up, old beliefs, you know, things that no longer serve me. When these things pop up, I basically have like a lot of tools in my toolbox now to deal with it. When things pop up for me, old beliefs, patterns, I basically just like thank them for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. This is the new belief. This is the new assumption. This is the new Emily that we identify with, right? So it's whatever I believe more often than not to be true. It is what I assume to be true. And what I assume now is vastly different than what I used to believe about myself. I'm worthy and deserving of the life I'm creating. I am chosen. I'm wanted. I always have enough energy. I always have enough money in my bank account. I have more than enough. You know, these things, faith is believing without seeing. So like, even if I don't see these things in my 3D right now, in my current reality, I know that they are true for me. I know that this is what's true for me. And I live from this state of being more often than not. More often than not, I believe I am worthy, I am deserving. I love the life I'm creating. I can do it. I say I can. I can more than I can't. Right, so saying you can more often than not and recognizing when your old beliefs are like rising to the surface, right? And what do you do with that? What do you do with that old belief? Thank you for stopping by. This belief has no power over me. This circumstance, whatever happened in my past, that was yesterday, 5 minutes ago, doesn't matter how long ago it was, could have been like 2 minutes ago. That has no power over me anymore. Nothing has power unless you decide to give it power. Nothing. Nothing has power unless you decide to give it power. And like, I know this to be true. I've decided when certain things had power and when they didn't. And I also recognize when I gave things power that I didn't want to give power to. And when you take a step back and you decide to focus on responding versus reacting, then you can decide what you give power to. Nope, I'm not going to respond to that. Nope, that doesn't serve me. Nope, that's not for my highest good. This is the person I need to be now. And this is the person that I need to be more often than not. This is what I assume to be true for myself. I am worthy. I am deserving. I'm loving. I am loved. I trust. I trust all things are working out in my favor. I trust everything is working out in my favor. So on a different scale, like let's talk about health, okay? Health and vitality. So I woke up this morning and I was feeling kind of like I do every morning, right? There's a couple things I like to do to get myself in alignment with how I want to create my day. One of them is to ask myself, how can I be the most ideal version of myself today? I declare my connection, like with God, with source energy over my life. I say thank you. Thank you for this day. But then also, like I like to flip the script a lot. So these are the beliefs that I assume about myself to be true now. I am well rested and my mind is clear. I am full of health and vitality. I am perfect health. I love myself unconditionally. So like you can shape your beliefs around whatever you're working on. If it's weight loss or like you're trying to like I'm on Whole30 right now, so I am focused heavily on fitness, nutrition, and all that good stuff. I've stepped into the best version of myself. I am perfect health. I am well. I am vibrant. I am full of vitality. I love my body. Thank you. I thank my body for all it can do for me. I thank my body for all it can do for me. I thank my body for like how it is right now. So, and when you love yourself and accept yourself from where you are right now, you can step into the version of yourself that you really want to be. We all have visions for ourselves or dreams for ourselves. So, that being said, what do you assume to be true about yourself? What do you assume to be true about people, relationships, money, the life that you want to create? What do you assume to be true? It's a great question to ask yourself. Because if you're sitting there like I did, living from a place of lack, living from I don't have enough, living from I'll never get there. If you can be in the present moment, that too is going to add so much to your life. You're not your past. You don't have to stay connected to it. You don't have to stay like so connected and clinging on to the past and identifying with old beliefs. When you shift and you believe in the new version of yourself that you really want to be, beautiful things happen, synchronicities. The world will like unfold for you. The world's your oyster. You know, you can make changes. You can change and you can love the life that you're stepping in. So that being said, there's things that I really love about law of assumption. Law of assumption is, what am I assuming to be true for myself? This is the new story and I'm sticking to it. When old beliefs pop up, these are just my beliefs. They have no power over me. This is what's true for me. This is what I choose to be true for me. Between my heart and my mind, I'm creating what I want. I'm creating what I want. I'm creating the reality that I want. I'm creating and I'm believing, like I have belief behind it. Bubba's curled up in the corner. Believing in yourself is the most important thing. And like your dominant beliefs, like what you believe about yourself more often than not, choosing new beliefs over old ones. People think people can't change, people can't evolve. It's bullshit. Of course you can. Of course you can. And I think too, if there's one other thing I'm going to say, it's also I've had to do some major forgiving of myself in order to move on, in order to detach from my past or detach from past behaviors, detach from past beliefs, detach from like self-sabotage or, playing small, holding myself back. I've had to like detach from that and forgive myself and let myself and believe everything is unfolding for me in divine timing. I trust in the new story. This is the story that I choose for myself. I'm abundant. I am well. I'm in the body of my dreams. I have everything I've ever wanted. I am worthy and deserving of the life I'm creating. I am prosperous. I'm happy. I'm full of joy. I know what brings me joy. I know what brings me joy. And whatever brings me joy, whatever makes me smile, that's the direction. That's the direction I head in. And that's not to say I'm like overly happy all the time. I'm definitely not. But it's the awareness, the self-awareness, the self-love. Because I'm living in this state of being, I know that this is the new story and I'm sticking to it. This is what I assume and believe about myself. So if you know what you want and you know what you believe and you shift yourself, if you're not believing, just if you're not like believing in yourself, if you have a lot of beliefs that are dragging you down, beliefs that are dragging you through the mud, let them go. Just say thank you for stopping by. This is the new belief. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't hate on yourself for being negative. Don't hate on yourself. Like just say, okay, acknowledge it and say, what do I want to believe about myself? What do I want to believe about people, relationships, money, my life, the things I want to do, the life I want to create? What do I want to believe? I'm worthy and deserving of the life I'm creating. I'm creating a new career for myself. Oh, this job is on its way to me. I am the perfect person for this job. No one else, I'm not dealing with any competition because I am the right person for this job. When people are manifesting jobs, I love talking about jobs. Like people think like, oh, there's so much competition for this job. I might not be the right person for this job. What if you just believe that you are? What if you just believe that you are? I'm the perfect person for this job. I'm perfectly capable. These are my qualifications. And so what if you don't get it? The next job, it's always this and something better. So if you don't get it, that's okay. What's the next thing, right? What's the next thing? The next thing's going to come to you because of what you believe about yourself, what you believe you can handle, what you believe you're ready for. It's amazing it's amazing your state of being when you actually believe in what you're ready for. What are you ready to receive? What do you know is true about yourself and the life that you want to create? I'm going to be shedding more light on the law of assumption and how it's really helped me in my own personal life, because it's definitely made a pretty big impact. You know, going from, what do you mean I'm chosen? What do you mean I'm like, I can have it all? What do you mean it's done? What do you mean it's done? It's already there. Where is it? I don't see it. To, no, it's done. How do I know it's done? How do I know the sky is blue? I know the sky is blue. I know. So like when you live in the knowing, that's living in the end. Living in the end. I know it's done. I know it's done. This amount of money is on its way to me. This amount of money is already mine. This job is already mine. The career is mine. The trip is mine. Whatever desire is on your heart, it's already yours, knowing that it's yours. Stop wavering. When you stop wavering and you choose and you decide and you command it and you say, this is it. This is what I want. You know, it's pretty incredible to experience. So say you can more often than not. Know you can. It's there. It's all within you. I trust this video helped you, and I look forward to creating more content for you. Comment below if you like, and like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate when people like and subscribe, but I always feel like it's clearly implied that you can. So I trust this video helped you, and I wish you the most amazing day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Namaste.